What if some of the things people call your weaknesses are not weaknesses at all? Imagine someone standing in a room and labels start appearing around them. Too sensitive, too independent, too ambitious, avoids conflict. What if these are actually strengths you learned long before you had the words to understand them? Strengths born in adaptation. Think of the child who learned to read the room. She sits at the family table, quietly watching the adults. She notices the subtle tension, the crossed arms, the changing faces. She becomes a little radar, picking up on everything. This child often becomes the adult who feels everything. People may call her too sensitive, but maybe she just became deeply empathetic. Empathy is a strength, but when it runs on automatic mode, when she unconsciously carries everyone else's stress, their moods, their problems, empathy can become emotional exhaustion. Then there's the person who learned not to rely on others. As a child, her motto was, "I'll do it myself." She becomes a fiercely independent adult. Capable, strong, the one everyone thinks can handle anything. She juggles work, life, everything, all on her own. But when someone offers a hand, she gently pushes it away. When independence runs on automatic mode, it can become isolation. She might build a wall around herself labeled, "I'm fine," carrying life alone even when she doesn't have to. Consider the person who learned that achievement brought approval. As a child, a good grade earned a smile, a thumbs up. It made her feel loved. As an adult, she becomes highly driven, focused, reliable, exceptional. Her checklist is always full: achieve, perform, deliver, improve. But the list just gets longer and longer. Achievement is a strength, but when it runs on automatic mode, it's like being on a treadmill set to more, better, not enough. You can keep doing more and still never feel like you are enough. And what about the person who carried a lot early in life? The child who organized things, helped others, made sure everyone was okay. She often becomes the incredibly responsible adult, dependable, the person others trust. People hand her their problems saying, "Can you fix this? You always know what to do." But when responsibility runs on automatic mode, she starts carrying things that were never hers to carry, buried under a mountain of burdens. Finally, there's the person who learned to keep the peace. The child in a tense room, making herself small while others argued. She learned to restore calm. As an adult, she becomes kind, diplomatic, and emotionally intelligent. When someone says something she disagrees with, she just smiles and says, "It's okay." Her own words, her own needs slowly fade away. When the drive for harmony runs on automatic mode, it can become self-abandonment, keeping everyone else comfortable while leaving yourself out of the conversation. None of these are weaknesses, they are strengths: empathy, independence, ambition, responsibility, harmony. The problem isn't the trait itself. The problem is when we live it on automatic mode, when we don't understand that these parts of us are leading us instead of supporting us. The goal is not to get rid of these parts of yourself. The goal is to become aware of them. Self-leadership begins when you stop judging the part of you that kept you safe and start understanding it. Imagine you are holding a steering wheel. You can stay empathetic without carrying everyone. You can stay independent without doing everything alone. You can stay ambitious without making your worth dependent on achievement. You can stay responsible without taking responsibility for everything. And you can create harmony without abandoning yourself. Your strength is not the problem. Automatic mode is. What you call a weakness may be a strength you have not learned to lead yet.